Good evening, everyone. My name is Susanna Johnson Malbrough. I'm the president of the Southwest Louisiana Juneteenth Committee. What an honor it is to welcome you to our 25th, the 2025 Juneteenth Banquet and Scholarship Pageant. On behalf of the Juneteenth Committee, I'd like to welcome and thank you for coming. I'd also like to thank our partners and sponsors, the Cajun Table, SLB for a Balanced Planet, First Horizon, Kenshin Funeral Home, Lafayette, Louisiana, Greenhouse Psychiatric Services, and just a host of more people. You'll get to see a little of them later. This is a sensational evening for all of us. We have with us this evening 11 beautiful preteens and teenagers that will be presenting their talents, beauty, intellect, personality, and a style to you. The one thing that we have to do is continue to empower the youth. Let them know that they matter. They are our future and will make with major contributions to many realities to come. We stand in solidarity with our youth. I know the parents, family, and friends are excited to be here in support of their loved ones. It is an honor to be a part of this audacious committee. The Southwest Louisiana Juneteenth Committee has been in existence for 45 years. That's a long time, huh? Our commitment consists of dedicated and loyal individuals who work tirelessly to bring the whole Juneteenth experience to fruition every year for you. Have a happy Juneteenth, enjoy the pageant, and I hope you're able to attend our music festival on tomorrow, the Stone Soul Picnic in Hyman Park. Thank you, and sit back and enjoy.
So as you well know, many people still don't understand what Juneteenth is, right? And some of you are like that, aren't you? Go ahead, shake your head. That's all right, it's okay, right? I don't know what Christmas, well, I'm kidding. So let's talk about Juneteenth because it's important that everyone understands why we are so passionate about this holiday. Excuse me. When Africans and Caucasian Americans were in involuntary servitude, that's what slavery was called for people that were non-color. And in slavery, the nation, the rich were getting richer, the poor were getting poorer, and those who were in involuntary servitude and slavery were breaking down and breaking down fast. Something had to happen. There were a group of colored troops that were stationed in the Northeast, and they fought for the country. They helped to stop Mexico from invading across the border. They helped when there were many uprisings among Native Americans. They were soldiers, but they were stationed in the Northeast, and they wanted desperately to fight for their own freedom. Wouldn't you want to fight for your own freedom? Yes, you would. They wanted to. When President Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, they were ready to go, but they served in the Civil War. After the war, they wanted to continue, but you know how it was. They were digging potholes and, doing things that were very demeaning to others. But there was an opportunity that came up for the colored troops to help to stave off Maximilian in Mexico. So they got in the Navy, in their ships, with General Granger and Commander Emory, and they started coming down the East Coast, and they came toward New Orleans to pick up their new orders. That's why Louisiana is so important. When they picked up that new order said that henceforth and forevermore, slaves, the enslaved, are now free. When they picked that order up, they were heading toward Beaumont. The weather got bad, and they ended up going toward Galveston. And they landed in Galveston. And you will not hear this too many other places, but there were 2,000 colored troops on the ship. And even though General Granger was there, he was not the one to sign the order. If you go look at the original order, it isn't General Granger, it's Commander Emory. Commander Emory posted that order on Reedy Chapel, which is in Galveston, that declared all the enslaved free. That was extremely important because 2,000 colored troops got off those ships and marched in the streets of Galveston to declare them free. There were some in Texas that didn't know they were free, but most of the Africans did. They were too afraid to step off the plantations because they know they would be killed or lynched. But when those brothers walked through Galveston with guns, if I was in their shoes, I'd let my people go too. And they let them go. On that day was June the 19th, and we therefore affectionately called it Juneteenth. Another reason that we celebrate Juneteenth that is very special, it is not just about Texas. It's really important. Years before, we were celebrating what was called Emancipation Day. Emancipation Day and Jubilee Day. We wrapped all of those days up into Juneteenth. And so it's important that we understand the history and why we fought. There's a threat to Juneteenth today. There's a threat to your freedom today. There's a threat in kicking American citizens out of this country today. There's a threat to the Constitution. And I will say one last thing. One general who was not afraid of anyone stood up and said, "We don't serve a king. We do not serve Congress. We don't serve a president. We serve the Constitution of the United States of America. And the Constitution declared you free. Stay free. We're not fighting for equality. You're already equal. Now you just got to walk in it."
We have some past queens in the audience. First, we have Miss Maisha Clark, who was the teen Miss Martin Luther King Queen, 2009, Teen Queen, and then Miss Martin Luther King Queen, 2010, and Miss Juneteenth Queen, 2011. Ms. Maisha Clark. Thank you. We have Melody Spencer, Ms. Juneteenth Queen 2024. Please stand. Thank you. We have Precious Francis, who's in the back. Was Miss Martin Luther King Queen first runner-up 2024. Ms. Juneteenth First runner-up, 2023. Jaylee Williams, Miss Juneteenth 2025 of Vermilion Parish. Thank you. Carly Stewart, Miss Teen Juneteenth 25, Vermilion Parish. Kylie Bolden, Miss Justice Junior Division, Vermilion Parish, NAACP. And I believe another young one just walked in. Please stand. Come on, Molly. Thank you so much. Thank you. Really? Thank you. We're going to bring on the MCs for right now. Everybody's familiar with Miss Stephanie Smallwood and Mr. Kendrick Martin. Come on down. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
This year's theme is Together We Ride, the Juneteenth Wave of Freedom to Liberty. Before we get started, let's give ourselves a round of applause for celebrating freedom and showing appreciation for the Southwest Louisiana Juneteenth Committee. Right now, we'd like to recognize any dignitaries we have in the House, elected officials, or members of the clergy. Could you please stand? Thank you. At this time, we're going to have our Negro National Anthem, the Black National Anthem, by our National Miss Juneteenth Queen 2024, Alexandra Granby.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Miss Alexandra Granby, National Miss Juneteenth Queen 2024. And now we're going to introduce our judges for tonight.
The first judge is Bridget Renee Terry, is a proud wife and mother of 5. an accomplished educator with over 23 years of experience and the owner of the Learning Coach LLC. She also serves as the executive director of Kingdom Tide, a nonprofit organization dedicated to youth empowerment, community development, and advocacy for students. She brings both experience and heart to this year's judging panel and is honored to celebrate the strength, talent, and individuality of each contestant in this inspiring event. Ms. Bridget Renee Terry.
Stand, Bridges. Our next judge is Dr. Shavela L. Banks, a fierce, passionate, and encouraging woman of God, a devoted wife, mother, and G-mommy. Her life's mission is to aid people in understanding their power and authority by taking up their bed and walking through life's journey successfully. She is a prayer warrior and often found inspiring and empowering and coaching people to live in their authority. Shavela Banks is the president and CEO of Shavela Banks Ministries and the founder of the Morning Prayer and Prayer Call, a prayer call dedicated to the spiritual advancement of others, and the Tribe of Wise Women, an online platform that caters to the wellness and holistic well-being of women. Minister Banks also serves as the host of Nightcap, a program committed to uplifting and providing real solutions to real problems. Dr. Shavela L. Banks is a graduate of Light Blue Institute, Lift City Leadership Institute, with degrees in Christian leadership, Spencer Business College, and a degree in business management, and Eagles Elite University, and a doctorate degree in Christian counseling, and studied business at Southern University. Dr. Shavela Banks.
Next, we have Ms. Chelsea Brown. She is a Lafayette native and a proud Viking who graduated from Northside High in 2000. She has been an on-air personality for Q95.5, Magic 104.7, and Z 105.9.
Whoop, whoop.
Her OMG Entertainment Report has been featured on KISS 98.7 out of Alexandria, Louisiana, as well as stations in Texas and South Carolina. She has co-hosted several local cable network shows, and her love for the mic led her to event hosting and some modeling. She has also worked for the city of Lafayette for 20 plus years, but more than anything, she enjoys being loving and a supportive mother. She hopes to use her platform to address, make aware, and bring change to issues that are faced daily in her community. She must think this is a joke or something.
Miss Chelsea Brown, please say the miss. And you can hear her this weekend on Z1059 on Saturday from 2 until 7, and on Sunday from 2 until 6. Miss Chelsea Brown. And now we'll have the introduction of our pageant contestants, and they'll be styling their business and church attire. And our pageant escort is Xavier Alexander.
And just so you can follow along, everyone, most of you carry your cell phones with you. Am I right? Like you carry your wallet and your purse? Okay. There's a website called swla.org. swla.org. When you go to that website, on the front page is a QR code. You can follow along with the program. swlajuneteenth.org. swlajuneteenth.org, okay? Follow along with us.
And we are ready to introduce tonight's pageant contestants.
Hi, my
Zoe Briggs, and she's 8 years old.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ava Clark. I'm 10 years old. I attend Brobridge Elementary. I'm in the 4th grade, and I'm the daughter of Maisha Clark.
Miss Ava Clark.
Hi, my name is Leah Johnson. I am 11 years old. I attend Evangeline Elementary School, and I am the daughter of Shaquille Johnson.
Miss Leah Johnson.
Hi, my name's Aaliyah Anderson. I'm 13 years old. I attend Acadiana Renaissance Charter Academy. I'm going to the 8th grade, and
Leah Anderson.
my name is JC Benton. I'm 13 years old. I attend Elgin Alamo Fine Arts Management Academy. I'm a junior volunteer at the Acadiana.
Miss J.C. Bennett.
Sayana Briggs.
Hi, my name is Sincere August. I am 17 years old. I am from Juneteenth, Louisiana. I attend Juneteenth Senior High, and my parents are Byron and Alicia August. Thank you.
Miss Sincere August.
Hi, my name is Precious Francis. I'm 18 years old. I attend Como High School. I'm a senior, and I am contestant number 9. Thank you.
Miss Precious Francis.
Hi, my name is Jordan Hacker. I'm 15 years old, and I attend Paragraph High in the 9th grade.
at Mechanical College, and I am vying to be your next best 2025-2026 Miss Juneteenth. Thank you.
Milo Shea Harris.
Miss Jasmine Williams. And those are our 13 contestants. Let's give them all a round of applause. And moving right along, we're going to go to the talent portion of our competition tonight. This is the Southwest Louisiana Juneteenth Banquet and National Juneteenth Scholarship Pageant. Our first contestant will be Zoe, and she's going to be dancing.
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. The silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. All we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. And we will rise, we will rise, we'll rise. Oh, we'll rise. I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up, I like the waves. We'll rise up, in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000
Briggs. She's 8 years old, and her person that's most admired is her mom because she says we have a lot in common like salad. Her favorite television show is Bluey. Her favorite color is silver, and her hobbies are painting, soccer, and gymnastics. And these next contestants are for Little Miss Juneteenth in the 8 to 11 ages category.
Next, we have Ava Clark.
I was born by the river in a little it's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. It's been too hard to live in, but I'm afraid to die. 'Cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. Then I go to my brother and I say, brother, help me please. But he winds up knocking me on my knees. Oh, it's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will.
Miss Ava Clark. Person admired the most is nobody. Her favorite TV show is The Parkers. Her favorite colors are purple and pink, and her hobbies is dancing, TikTok, and drawing.
Our next contestant is Nia Johnson.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. An amazing grace that Jesus has given to us all. Freedom has finally come, and my people can stand tall. To my ancestors, your strength and courage lives in me. Because of your sacrifices, I can be. I dedicate this day to you. May your spirits continue to guide and carry me through. Happy Juneteenth. Thank you.
Miss Nia Johnson. She says the person she admires the most is her Aunt Demi because she's smart and always encourages her to be her best self. Her favorite television show is Liv and Maddie. Her favorite colors are teal and blue, and her hobbies are church choir and the youth church choir, cheerleading, volleyball, and the praise team. Those are our 3 contestants for the title of Little Miss Juneteenth. All right. So right now, we're going to be taking a break so they can serve, and we'll come back with our next contestants. Oh, after the talent. All right, there you go.
Next, we'll be going to age group 12 through 14. Next, we have Ms. Aaliyah Anderson.
Miss Aaliyah Anderson. The person she admires the most is her mom, and she admires her because she is her rock. Her favorite television show, Fuller House, her favorite color is pink, and she enjoys in her free time drawing, swimming, singing, volleyball, basketball, track and field, and gymnastics.
Next, we're going to bring out contestant number 6, Ms. J.C. Bennett.
Daddy used to take me walking down the street. Daddy used to take my hand, say, follow me. Daddy used to leave me back home all the time. I got big enough to run around, Daddy left me outside. He said, find your way back. Big, big world, but you got it, baby. Find your way back. Don't let this life drive you crazy. Find your way back. Come back home, put the street lights on. Find your way back. Find your way back. Daddy used to tell me, look up at the stars. It's been a long time, but remember who you are. Circle the light, but one day I might not make it. Circle the light, but one day I might not make it. But you just gotta find your way back. Big, big world, but you got it, baby. Find your way back. Don't let this life drive you crazy. Find your way back. Come back home for the street lights on. Find your way back. Find your way back. Daddy used to teach me all my moves. Run around, have to tie my shoes. Itty bitty child with a smile like you. Wild, wild child, look a lot like you. Daddy used to teach me all my tricks. Run around wide to get my fix. Daddy used to teach me all my plays. On a marathon, had to run my race. Find your way back. Big, big world, but you got it, baby. Find your way back. Don't let this life
J.C.
drive you crazy.
Bennett.
Find your way back. Come back home for the street lights on. Find your way back.
On a bridge.
Find your way back. Yeah.
Oh, Sincere. Sincere August. Coming up next, Sincere August as we continue with the talent portion of the competition.
Hello, girls.
Hello,
with me. Why? Cause I'm a clever girl. We clapping. Hello, girls.
Hello, Beyonce.
Hello, fellas.
You're pretty swell.
Those petty ones can't fuck with me. Why? Cause I'm a clever girl. We clapping. We drumming. P-E-Y-I-N-C-E. I'm gon' buy me a make love in the stay up late in this. Don't give a fuck about my then get the fuck about my house. I will always love you, but I'll never expect you to love me when you don't love yourself. It's your soul to intuition. This is real. Renaissance, the revolution. Pick me up even if I fall. Let love heal us all. It's your soul to intuition. This is real. Renaissance, the revolution. Pick me up even if I fall. Let love heal us all. Lend your soul to intuitions. Renaissance, the revolution. Pick me up even if I fall. Let love heal us all, us all, us all.
Sincere August. The person she admires the most is her mother. She says she sets from a deep appreciation of her unwavering strength, boundless compassion, and inspiring resilience. Addressing this allows her to articulate the foundation's impact she's had on her life and others. Her favorite television show is The Chi. Her favorite color is pink, and she enjoys dancing, doing makeup, and hanging out with friends and family. Sincere August.
Next, we have contestant number 9, Precious Francis.
Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. See those people dressed in blue. Looks like my people is coming through. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. See those people dressed in red. Must be the children that Moses led up. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water.
Miss Precious Francis. She admires her piano teacher, Miss Harrington. She has been the most challenging teacher to put fire in my heart to play the piano this year. She has opened my eyes to the future with her trust. She is a motivator to me in music. Her favorite TV show is Grey's Anatomy. Her favorite color is pink. Her hobbies are singing, dancing, modeling, and playing the piano. Miss Precious Francis.
Coming up next, contestant number 10, Jordan Hackworth.
Introducing K. Michelle.
Tonight I'm feeling sexy. I can make you overdose, make it overflow if you let me. Like a river, my waterfalls will break down and let it. You gon' get soaked, so bring a raincoat. When we finish, you gon' see a rainbow. Change my name to H2O. You love it when I call your name. Daddy, daddy. You love it when I make it rain. Daddy, daddy. Storms will come, make me overflow.
Miss Jordan Hatworth. And Jordan says that her favorite television she likes to watch is YouTube. The person she admires the most is nobody. Her favorite color is pink, and she enjoys track and softball.
Next, we have contestant number 11, Myla Shea Harris.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabonds are longing to stray and step around the heart of it. New York, New York. I wanna wake up in a city that doesn't sleep and find I'm king of the hill, top of the heap. These little town blues are longing to stray and step around the heart of it. New York, New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you. New York, New York.
Ms. Myla Shea Harris. The person she admires the most is Beyonce. She inspires me to reach and go after my dreams no matter what. I believe she is a great representation of how a woman can be a boss, leader, superwoman, and an innovator and still carry herself with much grace and poise, whether you win or lose something in life. Her favorite show is Hidden Figures. Favorite color is blue. She loves listening to music, reading, watching important historical movies about influential black women, painting, going to church, looking up Bible scriptures, singing, self-care, learning new things, and going to church. Miss Myla Shea Harris.
Our final contestant in the talent competition is Jasmine Williams.
More Than Enough by Jasmine Williams. I'm a black girl, a black woman in the making, raised on dreams and discipline, the strength that my mother showed and the stories that my grandmother told. They say that my hair was different, but I said that is mine, a crown that grows to the sun, every curl holding history, every braid threaded with pride. They said I'm too much, too bold, too loud, too smart, but I was never made to shrink. I was made to shine, to lead, to rise, to speak. I carry voices of the woman that walked before me, who walked through the fire and still smiled with grace, who were told no and still made a way. I've been told to tone it down, to sit quiet, to stay small, but I know better. I know that I'm powerful, that my skin is not a mistake, that my presence is a promise of something unshakable. I am more than enough, not just in spite of what they see, but because of who I am. So I walk with pride. I talk with purpose. I stand like a mountain, and I move like a wave because, again, I am a black girl, unapologetic, unshakable, undaunted. It's not just a part of me, it's a gift. I carried that with love. I'm the dream they couldn't kill. I know I'm more than enough. Thank you.
Jasmine Williams. The person she admires the most is her grandmother. She says she is always herself, no matter who she was around, and you got the same version of her every time. She was my #1 fan when it came to my brain, my heritage, and being myself, no matter who was judging. She loves reality TV shows. Her favorite color is yellow, and Jasmine enjoys baking, reading, and volleyball. And that concludes the talent portion of our competition, and they will be serving dinner shortly. So enjoy some music, maybe get around, move around, and take a bathroom break, but we'll be back with more of the pageant after dinner. All right, is everyone having a good time so far? Yes, it's real nice. Everybody looks so nice, and thank you so much for supporting the Southwest Louisiana Juneteenth Banquet and National Juneteenth Scholarship Pageant. We have our evening wear portion of the pageant coming up.
Before we continue, we want to recognize 2 dignitaries in the audience. We have Ms. Erica Hernandez from Whitney Plantation. And we have Mr. Tim Hensley from Lafayette Parks and Recreation. That's it.
Also, we want to remind you tomorrow in the historic Hyman Park, the Southwest Louisiana Juneteenth Music Festival and Stone Soul Picnic. Gates open at 12:30. The music begins at 1:30. Mike Dupsy and the Zydeco Entourage, Rusty Matuire, will be bringing the music, and it is going to be a great time. And the best thing about this event is it's free. So come out with the entire family, bring your lawn chairs, and have a family picnic. There's going to be food and vendors, and it's just going to be a great celebration of Juneteenth tomorrow at Hyman Park. All right, so our ladies are all decked out and ready to show you their evening wear. And our first contestant, Miss Zoe Briggs. Zoe is 8 years old. She's a student at Green Tea Linden in the 2nd grade, and her parents is Michelle Briggs. Isn't she lovely? That's a little angel. Yeah, baby. Give it up for her. Yeah. Remember, the children are our future. All right, so you got to teach them well and lead them the way and encourage them. And these young ladies are so beautiful.
Next, we have Miss Ava Clark. Ava Clark is 10 years old. She attends Burbridge Elementary. Her parent is Ms. Maisha Clark. Isn't she lovely?
These are contestants in the 8 to 11 age category, and they are going to hold the title of Little Miss Juneteenth. Our next contestant, number 3, is Nia Johnson. Nia, the lady in red, is 11 years old. She goes to Evangeline Elementary School, where she's in the 5th grade, and her parent is Chandrika Johnson.
The next category is 12 to 14. Next contestant, number 4, is Miss Aaliyah Anderson. Aaliyah Anderson is 13 years old. She attends Acadiana Renaissance Charter Academy in 7th grade. Her mother is Kashonda Anderson. Miss Aaliyah Anderson
Contestant number 6 is J.C. Ben. J.C. is 13 years old. She's in the 7th grade at L.J. Albemarle, and her parent is Zakia Ben.
Next, we have Diana Briggs. Diana Briggs is 12 years old. She attends Youngsville Middle School in the 7th grade. Her mom is Miss Michelle Briggs.
Our next category for Miss Juneteenth Queen in the 15 to 19 age category. Miss Sincere August. Sincere is 17 years old, and she attends Jeanerette Senior High School, and her parent is Alicia Davis.
J-Town.
All right, Jeanerette. Represent.
Next, we have Precious Francis. Precious is 18 years old, attended Ove Como High, and her mom is Michelle Francis. Precious Francis.
Our next contestant is Miss Jordan Hackworth. She is 15 years old, in the 8th grade at Karen Crow Middle School, and her parent is Marvin Hackworth.
Our next contestant is Mala Shay Harris. Mala Shay Harris is 19 years old. She attends Southern University in Agriculture and Mechanical College as well. Parents is Ulysses Curtis Harris and Pauline Harris. Mila Shay Harris.
Our next contestant is Jasmine Williams. Jasmine is 18 years old, and she attends Louisiana State University. Her parent is Marva Williams. Let's have a round of applause for all our contestants, because all these young ladies are winners. All right, and now we have the question portion of our competition. We have 5 questions that will be asked of our contestants at random. And this is only for the contestants in the 15 to 19 age category for Miss Juneteenth Queen. So, all right. So, Precious, if you'd step forward, please. Our question for you is, and it's an easy one, Precious.
Step up.
When did the first Juneteenth celebration take place? All right, and I'll restate the question for you. When did the first Juneteenth celebration take place?
It took place in Galveston, Texas on June 19, 1866.
The next question will be for contestant number 8, Ms. Sincere August. How many enslaved people were affected by the issuance of the Juneteenth order?
Approximately 250,000, which made an impact on the rest of the slaves in Texas. Thank you.
Next, Jordan Hackworth. Jordan, did the Juneteenth order free any slaves?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you elaborate?
It freed
Take your time.
the Juneteenth free.
It's okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, Mila Shea Harris. The question to you is, who wrote the Juneteenth order?
Thank you for that question. General Phil Sheridan wrote the Juneteenth order at his headquarters in New Orleans, Louisiana. Thank you.
And our final question is for Jasmine Williams. And this might seem like a trick question, but it's not. Where in Galveston was the order read?
The Osterman building, where the Osterman building once stood in Galveston, Texas. Also, it served as the district headquarters of Texas at that time. Thank you.
And these are our contestants for Queen: Sincere August, Precious Francis, Jordan Hackworth, Mila Shea Harris, and Jasmine Williams.
Yeah. You can step down.
Okay. And coming up next to introduce tonight's keynote speaker, Mrs. Natalie Spencer. She is the secretary of the Southwest Louisiana Juneteenth Committee.
Our guest speaker to you this afternoon, Dr. Ernest W. Kinchin Jr. Yes, yes. A native of Lafayette, Louisiana, he's the son of the late Ernest W. Kinchin and Edna J. Kinchin, who helped found Kinchin Funeral Home. With tenacity and fortitude like his parents, Dr. Kinchin has made significant contributions to the medical field throughout his distinguished career. He graduated with honors in neuropsychiatry, ophthalmology, and pediatrics from Howard University in 1965. His academic journey included an internship and residency at Tulane and Charity Hospital System, during which he also served as a captain in the U.S. Army Reserve. Over his 55-year career, y'all, Dr. Kinchin has broken numerous barriers within the medical community. He was the first African-American resident at Tulane and Charity Hospital System. Yes, that's worth applauding. As well as another first, the first African-American physician granted privileges at the Lafayette General Hospital and Lady of Lords. Furthermore, he became the first African-American board member of the Lafayette Chamber of Commerce. Dr. Kinchin is also the founder of Pride Plaza, a multi-specialty medical facility in North Lafayette, demonstrating his commitment to providing accessible health care to undeserved communities. Dr. Kinchin's contribution extends beyond his medical practice. He established a yearly Living Legend program, which provides scholarships and inspire African-American youth. Additionally, his leadership and social justice is exemplified by his orchestration of the first college protest march against segregation and discrimination in the Deep South, a movement that garnered national attention and media coverage. In recognition of his numerous accomplishments, the Louisiana legislature presented a resolution honoring Dr. Kinchin during a special ceremony held at the Hyman Park Recreational Center. The enduring legacy of Dr. Ernest Kinchin continues to inspire future generations, both within the field of medicine and beyond. We're talking about a legend right here from Lafayette, Louisiana, someone that's a trailblazer. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you just to stand up and just to give him an applaud for all of his accolades and accomplishments that he has done. Yes, without any further ado, Dr. Kinchin. Thank you again.
With an introduction like that, I'm going to have to bring it. Quite an introduction. I think let's give this organization a great hand of applause for what a wonderful production they have had here. Thank you for being here with us. What a beautiful audience, my brothers and sisters. Good evening, and what a beautiful audience. My appreciation to Mrs. Malbrough for this invitation to share some thoughts with you tonight. Depending on how this goes, Mrs. Malbrough will either be made president for life, face impeachment, or blame Mrs. Spencer for making me the speaker for this event. As I contemplated whether or not I would be able to be here tonight, I overheard my nephew, you know, Eric, the friendly undertaker, say, I have to pick up my uncle. I mused to myself, the word has already gotten out about my demise. Therefore, I had better consent to this invitation in that I could very well be on borrowed time. However, I owe a debt of gratitude to my incomparable wife, to my amazing sister. Give them a hand. That's a 60-time year applaud for her. Give her another hand. And thanks to every member of my family and to all of you for supporting us throughout the many years for my continued journey of purpose. As I celebrate the official freeing of slaves in Texas on June 19, 1865, we have to wonder whether or not that 2.5-year delay from January 3rd, 1863's proclamation, if that delay had anything to do with poor roads, poor mail carrying, or was it just an intentional tactic to keep us as free labor, to keep us in slavery for as long as possible? Despite the Declaration of Independence that avows that all men are created equal and are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, it is flagrant when it comes to our survival. There's always a delay of those privileges, a denial of those privileges, or every possible aggressive effort being made to have those privileges completely revoked, as we witness the attacks on diversity, equity, and inclusion, while they unabashedly promote the propaganda that slavery was the best thing that could have ever happened to us. Our character in life, my character categorically being shaped by my mother's prayers for a servant, our character can be shaped by experience, some of which can make us crybabies, or more assertively, put the dog in us. That resilience that will not allow us to be abused. Permit me to share with you a few of my character-building experiences. Sidney Gus was a hardened young fellow who lived across the street from us, who was so hardened that he would have intimidated King Kong and Mighty Joe Young. Being black, poor, and hungry, I could understand Sidney's anger, his frustrations. But what I could not understand was, why did he want to take all of his frustrations out on me? I would peep through the shades to make sure that Sidney was not outside before I would dare to step outside of the house. And if by chance Sidney would show up while I was outdoors, very terrified, I would dash back into the house like the speed of light. But one day, while I was outside whittling away at a piece of wood, Sidney was astonished that I did not take off running. In his disbelief, Sidney walked up to me and said, "You're just trying to be bigoted because you have that knife." I got up, took the knife inside of the house, came back out and put my perfect Joe Louis impersonation on Sidney. As Sidney scampered back to his house, I stood there in disbelief. I finally concluded that my mother had put something in my milk. Wanting an explanation, I burst into the house and yelled, "Mama, what did you put into my milk? You could have gotten me killed. You could have gotten me killed, Mama." My mama calmly said, "Be not dismayed, whate'er betide, God will take care of you. You should not be surprised by what you just did. I've always told you that you can do all things through God who strengthens you." Throughout my many challenging life experiences, my mother has always proven to be right. With Sidney, I had had the proven experience that you don't have to die if you stand up, and you don't have to be so afraid of dying that you don't stand up. My first protest against injustice and discrimination took place when I was about 9 years old. I'd gone to the corner store where we did most of our shopping, minding my own business, only whistling a little tune. I've never been able to whistle above a whisper, when the drunk, boisterous white owner came yelling at me to stop that noise. With the fire that his attack surged in me, I walked out, went home and told my mama that we would never go to that store again, because as entitled as that drunk felt, he had no reason to yell at me, and I was not going to give him the chance to do it again. With God having given me that kind of mentality. It was not surprising that on March 8, 1960, while at Dillard University, I led one of the first nationally acclaimed protest marches in the Deep South. That march seemed to have triggered the boycott by blacks of businesses on Dry Street in New Orleans, as well as possibly the uprising that took place at Southern University on March 28, 1960. Remember, our march was on March 8, 1960. So this follow-up is likely to be concluded that there is a connection. The question then becomes, why was your personal overt involvement inapparent after you had sparked a revolution? The answer simply is reverence for my mother, to whom I owed everything, and who called me on the night prior to our protest march, one that I felt that I could not let Dean Samuel Gandy down because of his sacrifices in our movement. She had called begging me not to go through with that march, in that the word was already out. We're going to kill that in. Although, because of my mama's fear, I shied away from the spotlight, there is more than one way to skin a cat. And therefore, I had unfinished business against racism, injustice, and discrimination that had to be adjusted, but that adjustment will never end. To that end, Dillard University presented me the Dave Dennis Lifetime Achievement Award. Dave Dennis, the renowned civil rights activist and freedom writer, who lives by Dr. King's ethic: if a man has not discovered something that he will die for, he is not fit to live. Who, when I related my efforts to have Dillard recognized on the civil rights trail, they have paid me one of the greatest possible compliments. He wrote, "It was great seeing you, and thanks for keeping me alive while I was in Lafayette. When I arrived at Dillard in September 1961, you had already made your mark. You are my hero." That brings us to the commitment. Thank you. That brings us to the commitment that we have, that we must all have. That commitment, not unlike what you heard earlier about our freedom, that we are free, that commitment is the time to overcome is now, because we are not yet free as we need to be. When it seems that morality is abandoned by those who feel that they have divine rights, as they obsessively, without conscience, deceive a fading majority to believe that whatever their problems, blacks and other people of color are the cause, the time to overcome becomes now. Our resilience has taught us that success in life does not depend as much on the cloak of impenetrable armor as it does on how many times we can dodge the bullet, dodge the hangman's noose, how many times we can walk through the fire and not get burnt, how prudent we can be in facing however critical the threats that we face. My major objective is to stimulate and to inspire in all of us a fervent desire to overcome injustice, overcome inequality of opportunity, oppression, suppression, sarcasm, and ridicule. My objective is to bring us inseparably together as African Americans, as a black family, knowing very well that there are those of us who, because we feel that we have arrived, do not have time for brotherhood. I wish to admonish those with that attitude that it should not take their personal tragedies for them to realize that we're all on the same boat. They should not be blind and deaf to the fact that when they say you people, none of us, regardless to the height of our attainment, none of us are left out. The time to overcome is now. Procrastination must always be recognized as a destructive enemy. We must begin now because our present predicament proves that whatever we have done has not been enough. Albeit, as in any fight, this being our fight for survival, if we are to win, we must be stronger, smarter, and more effective than our enemies. Enemies who are pitifully poisoned by their racism. We can always use as an excuse to cop out a lack of resources, a lack of opportunity, the shocking things that happen to us as a people. These deplorable acts, efforts that seem directed at our annihilation, are the reasons why the time to overcome is now. For these threats to our existence, we must be determined to derive our infrangible strengths. To overcome, we must be committed to caring for each other and sharing with each other. To keeping our family units intact, not only as the foundation to ultimate love by which we attain excellence, but through which we sustain excellence through our children. Having unimaginably of all races, the highest incidence of strokes, heart attacks, diabetes, kidney failure, sickle cell anemia, AIDS, homicide, males being destructive more than constructive and instructive, more in the jailhouse than the schoolhouse. The only way that we can overcome, that we can survive, that we can compensate for these devastating death-like consequences is by togetherness, unity, love, and respect that give us strength through challenging times. Strength to overcome the guilty until proven innocent, not the innocent until proven guilty, the guilty until proven innocent verdict that we are victims of. We must be determined not to accept ill fate, but more importantly, not to do anything that will result in ill fate. We must love each other enough to do the right thing because of the beauty and peace of purity, and not because of the fear of punishment. And if for whatever reason someone misses the boat, misses the mark, forgiveness and support for the downtrodden, support for the downhearted must prevail. We cannot afford to be unforgiving. Failure to forgive is the cause of eternal damnation. But when seeking a service or providing a function, we must overcome by being so above board, so genuine, so honest, so perfect, and so giving in all of our endeavors that we will have nothing for which we need to be forgiven. Our focus must be giving, making a contribution, and our preparation and discipline must be such that we will have something to give. Preparation and discipline will enable us to have many dollars, but most of all, invaluable sense, S-E-N-S-E, being smart, without which our wealth of dollars, talents, and blessings will be short-lived. The greater our blessings, the more determined we must be to make possible opportunity for those who are not as fortunate. We must be like Dr. James Raza, an internationally renowned African-American endoscopic surgeon, who early one morning looked into the mirror and saw someone he could not feel fulfilled because he had not done all that he could to make certain that his African-American brothers would not be excluded from this adventure in surgery, this new adventure in surgery. Being from Mississippi, the superficial success that was reflected from that mirror could not hide the deep pain, the suffering, and dehumanization of his foreparents. He had only to reflect on the past briefly to understand that we are all on the same boat. And we will not go any place if everyone does not have a paddle. We will all hang worthlessly in shame as we take our last breath. Each of us must have the soul-stirring awakening that Dr. Raza had that will enable us to realize that without the investment of time, investment in energy and resources by those of us who have achieved, there will be no growth, no progress, no respect for any of us as a people. In that our proven superiority in athletics, song, and dance is being marginalized, we must make our brain our most formidable resource. Each person has a brain that has 14 billion cells and connections. Few, if any of us, use as much as 10% of that great resource. We will overcome when we develop our brain power to take advantage of such an intimidating, unused resource. We must use our brain as well as our hearts to enable us to have the mental toughness, the nerves of steel that will enable us to enable our bodies to step outside of what might be conceived as limitations, to step outside of what might be conceived as shackles to higher and higher levels of accomplishment. It is not unreasonable to believe that we have much more in both mental and physical capacity than we choose to cultivate. We will overcome by cultivating all of our resources. It becomes more apparent daily that help must come from within, because we live in a society that tries to justify discrimination and prejudice while claiming that it is not against us by saying that it just wants to be fair to everybody. The only problem is that we never seem to be included in that everybody. As opposed to, for example, the torch-bearing white nationalists on the University of Virginia's campus. You know, they would make excuses for them as they destroyed lives and property. We can see that it is impossible to have a world without some good people of all races, but because of the shenanigans of our white brothers, more often than not, we have to wonder, who are those good people? Where are they? And why are they so easily snookered to take actions that seem immoral? Clean as a whistle on the outside, but conniving to overthrow a fair election by an insurrection, and being filthy, dirty, immoral, and indecent on the inside. Nevertheless, we will overcome by awaking each morning, praying to help someone, and retiring each night without asking for forgiveness if we have not accomplished that goal. We will overcome by finding challenge and opportunity to strive for our greatest possible potential, filled with profound excitement. We will overcome when we understand that challenge is simply an opportunity to attain greater respectability. We will overcome when our efficiency is so unexcelled that it will keep us out of harm's way. We will overcome when we have the compulsion to make things right, when we develop a fix-it attitude, when we truly feel that no challenge is too great, when we refuse to be frustrated, and that frustration, the villain through which hopelessness abounds, is a creation of the devil. We must have the resolution that we will not permit hopelessness, falling asleep, that will keep us from recognizing opportunities. We must train ourselves never to fall asleep in the face of adversity, never to have a blind side, but instead to have a panoramic appreciation of every situation, both our minds and our eyes, seeing the consequences of every action in detail, and then taking a second look just to confirm that all of our I's are dotted and our T's are crossed. Those who are truly great are those who do not fall asleep, those who do not lose hope, those who do not fail to aspire, fail to think, at critical moments. We will overcome when we are obsessed with finding the beauty in each other and not the shortcomings. When we find true pleasure in the success of our brothers and sisters and are big enough to have spirits that are free of envy, we will overcome when we realize that the success of our brothers and sisters is an asset to avenues of opportunity for all of us. And that if any of us fail, there are people who are eager to use that failure as an excuse to close down those avenues. We will overcome when we stop just wishing for but working toward that which we thought were once impossible dreams. We will overcome when we stop to think whether or not we might be that so-and-so that we sometimes envision others as being. When we realize that if our mission is truly about helping others, the more recalcitrant individuals are, the more they need help, because unscrupulous behavior exemplifies that those individuals really have a problem. We will overcome when we reach out with our hearts rather than lash out with our tongues. It is more important to show the way than to have the way. More succinctly, we will overcome in our interpersonal relationships by kindness, caring, sharing, understanding, giving, and forgiving. However, our overall quest for equality must be an active process. We cannot fear of what others might think or say preclude sound thinking and responsible actions. Because let us not fool ourselves. We will be actively, at times maliciously, left out or cut out if we do not have a sense of assertiveness. God helps those who help themselves. The key to that assertiveness is promptness, the completion of projects, the finding of solutions, the realization of dreams before anyone has the opportunity to discover our agenda, let alone torpedo that agenda with obstacles. We will overcome by making certain that our common goals overshadow our individual differences. Our concern must be that each person must find his or her niche where the greatest productivity, fulfillment of purpose, and contributions to overcoming can be fulfilled. Our determination must always be to find lasting elation in the fulfillment of the purpose of overcoming, of advancing the dignity of black people by lifting as we climb. If we approach every problem looking for the answer, serving as a source of inspiration for those who think that they have not, as well as for those who think that they have, determined to enrich each life and accepting nothing less than perfection, anything less than perfection not being good enough, we will be well on the road to overcoming. For the success to which that road leads, irrefutably, we must commit ourselves to the understanding that a rush to excellence is urgent if we are to make the time to overcome now. Because ask Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Justice Marshall, Arthur Ashe, Kobe Bryant, Lynn Bias, Ernie Davis, Jerome Brown, Ronald McNair, Dr. Charles Drew, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers, Emmett Till. We have no promise of tomorrow. However, I am a witness that by faith, by being at our very best, those cards that we passed out to you will serve as a reminder that by being at our very best, we will be able to crawl through any hurricane at any time with the whole world on our backs, yet get to the other side of the ocean. Because the God of our forefathers, the God of Noah, the God of David, the God of Daniel, the God of Moses, the God of Lazarus is our refuge, our help in ages past, and our hope for years to come. I know that all of you are curious as to just what my mama had put in my milk. Well, I'll tell you. My mama put a lot of God in that milk. She put a lot of character, a lot of content, a lot of resilience, a lot of perseverance, a lot of faith, hope, and charity, a lot of indefatigability, and a lot of indomitability. But most of all, the humility to know that God is the only invincible one. And as long as you trust in him, you will have the victory. Unlike Dr. King, I have not been to the mountaintop. But we must keep fighting to reach the promised land where justice rolls down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream. We still have more mountains to climb, more marches and more freedom rides to take. And no matter what race, creed, or color, if you frown on racism, if you frown on bigotry, if you frown at narrow-mindedness, if you believe in fair play, if you believe that the content of one's character is more important than the color of his skin, if you believe in loving your neighbor as yourself, if you believe in justice, if you believe that all men are created equal and are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, if you are committed to these principles on the Freedom Ride, you don't need no ticket. Just get on board. I'm going to guarantee you one thing. When you take that ride, you'll never be alone because God's going to put something in your milk. And I will be there with God and you with unfinished business that will keep me on the battlefield till I die. To God be the glory.
Thank you, Dr. Kinchin.
All right, we want to thank everyone for coming out tonight to support the Southwest Louisiana Juneteenth Committee. We'll be announcing the winners of our pageant momentarily, but you know, it takes a village. It takes many sponsors and partners to make an event a success. So we'd like to thank SLB for Balanced Planet, First Horizon, Kinchin Funeral Home, Z1059, the Soul of Southwest Louisiana, and Delta Media, Lafayette, Louisiana, the Tourist Commission, Cumulus Broadcasting, Lafayette Consolidated Government,
Super One Foods, 4A Sisters Club Lupus, A. Freeman Defensive Driving School, Downtown Convention Center,
KIEE 88.4, of course, Fox 15, KLFY News 10, and KATC TV3 Acadiana's news channel. And we thank you for your support because without you, this event would not be a success.
Now, for the moment we all been waiting for, let's bring out
our contestants.
Our 15 to 19 age category, starting with
Sincere August.
all the way to the end. Next, Miss Precious Francis. Let's give him a round of applause, y'all.
Jordan Hackworth.
Myla Shea Harris.
And Jasmine Williams. These are our contestants for Miss Juneteenth in the 15 to 19 age category. And in the 12 to 14 age category for Junior Miss Juneteenth, Alea Anderson. J.C. Bennett. And Ziona Briggs.
All right, for 8 through 11, Zoe Briggs.
Ava Clark.
And Naya Johnson.
All right, first we'd like to announce our winner for the essay contest. But first, let's give all these young ladies a round of applause. Show them some love, because it takes a lot of courage to get up here and do this. And they are all winners. These young ladies are the future. So we thank each and every one of you for all the time and your dedication and your commitment to the Miss Juneteenth pageant. All right, so the National Juneteenth Scholarship Pageant Committee required an essay, and the winner of the essay contest is Malashay Harris. Malashay Harris. And if you come, would you like to read your essay? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. When everyone is included, everyone wins. Jesse Jackson. As a young Black woman in America, my platform is to bring love, peace, inclusivity, and community to the older generation and the new through the lens of the arts. The arts are a great way to keep a positive message out there. It can lift one's spirits up. Some of the arts may include singing, visual arts, dancing, poetry, theater, film, performing, fashion designing, and so much more. The arts have always been something interesting to me and have lifted many people from difficult situations. My platform would most definitely be implemented during my reign as SWLA Miss Juneteenth, because I would organize a way to get to the elderly people in the nursing homes and bring the arts to them. Bring a call out to young people who have talent and skills in the arts to demonstrate to the elderly their craft. This would allow the elderly to feel loved and like they have somebody there for them and are thinking about them. It's important to know that without a title, we still have the power to change someone's life, because you never truly know what they are going through or what they may be feeling. Inclusivity is something really important to me. I strongly rely on the Lord to make a difference in my life, and I know He has, and I know He will do it in others too. My platform is different from my fellow competition because it requires action behind it that can be produced. It is something that is fun, and it's something that can change people's view on life. Another idea I have to incorporate to my platform is a call to praise and worship through prayer walks. Prayer is a great way to get out there, send prayers out, and evangelize. I believe that the Lord wants us to learn the gospel and evangelize to others out there. Prayer walks are a fantastic way to do that. Getting up and getting out onto the streets together and praying for people and things produces better outcomes in a more united, peaceful world. Prayer is the strongest power we have, and it is important to utilize that in our everyday life because God wants us to. It is important to keep God in the center of everything you do. And I believe that if I continue to do that, then this idea will flourish. It never starts with the crown. It starts now. Gathering up the community and holding each other's hands and really praying for them is what a true leader does, in front and behind the scenes. As I noticed growing up, I have seen that Black people and minorities have been excluded when it comes to certain traditions, treatments, and events. I have also noticed that people with disabilities have been excluded as well, which is something that must be stopped. The teasing and clowning of minorities and people with disabilities have gone too far, and they are often put on the sidelines and looked down upon. With me as a leader, that would all be put to a stop. Anything that is taking place, whether in the classroom, the real world, work, personal business, and so much more. What minorities and people with disabilities need is encouragement, love, and understanding. I will make sure that they feel included and that they belong here because they honestly, truly do. A person should never be discriminated against or shut down to their disability because everyone is made different. A way I would implement this is by creating community-engaged events around holidays and through the entire year, with many fun games for everyone, regardless of disability, so that they would feel loved and cherished. In conclusion, this is how my platform would be implemented during my prestigious reign as the National Miss Juneteenth, with hard work, ideas, determination, and a love of God. I know that I will prosper in my plans to make a change. The fact is that it is one thing to have beauty, but having beauty and not doing positive things with it gets you absolutely nowhere. And with me as queen, this community will see a profound change when it comes to inclusivity forever. Thank you. Inclusion is not bringing people into what
Pizza Papa John.
It is making a new space, a better space for everyone. Thank you.
She received a $100 gift card for being our essay winner.
Next, we'll have the 2024 winners come out and give you the experiences from the last year.
Hello, my name is Alexandra Granby, and I'm Miss National Juneteenth and Miss Juneteenth of Louisiana. So I'm going to talk about my experience so far as Miss Juneteenth and all the good things that's brought to me and how empowering it has been. So I grew up in a predominantly white area, so I always felt like there was a bit of a difference between me and my friends and just me and the area around me. And I also felt like there was a bit of restraint or I just didn't have a strong relationship with my culture, and I could really feel it. So when I participated in this Juneteenth pageant, it really opened up doors for me to know my culture better. It made me meet so many wonderful people, especially when I got to travel to Atlanta, Georgia for the Juneteenth pageant, the National Juneteenth pageant. I met so many down-to-earth people, and I was able to just feel the empowerment of Black power and to know my culture better. And it was just, this whole experience has really brought me closer to my culture and has taught me the importance of asking your elderlies their past And because it's really important, because if we don't know our history, we just repeat it. And I know you guys are seeing the news now, and it is scary, but I know that if we come together and we stick together and we really help one another, we'll fight and we'll be able to overcome the situation that we are in now. Overall, this experience has been very eye-opening for me, and it's given me so many opportunities to just be me and actually feel how it is to be a strong Black woman. So I want to thank you all for really giving me the power to be me and the best me that I can be, and to keep fighting, and the fight never stops, and to always be you no matter what. Thank you.
Hey, y'all. Y'all look lovely tonight. I'm Melody Elise Spencer, daughter of Mary Spencer and the late Alan Spencer. I was the Miss Preteen Juneteenth Queen. I didn't get to go as far as Alexandria, but I hope next year I will be able to. I really want to say how much this has affected my life. I grew up very strongly around my culture. As y'all saw earlier, my aunt, Natalie Spencer, she is over there, and my Uncle Paul, who is also in the back, they took very great pride, especially with my parents. Everyone in my family took great pride in teaching me about my culture and making sure that I always knew. They knew that knowledge was power. We have so many teachers in my family, so teaching is within my blood, and I will keep teaching. I am a great talker, so don't want to keep y'all for too long. I very much love my culture. I am biracial, so I am part African American and part Caucasian. I take great pride in both sides of my culture and love learning about both. I grew up very tomboyish, so I like soccer, I like rolling around in the mud, I like wearing baggy pants with my baggy t-shirts. So when my aunt asked me, hey, do you want to get in front of a crowd and start talking and put on a dress? I was like, oh, okay. So I took my speech and debate skills that she also inspired me to join. Thank you for that. And I took my skills of speech and debate, and I performed a poem last year that really told people how strong of a speaker I was. And I like teaching, and I love talking to people. I'm a very open person, as my mom likes to say. My mom has been a principal for 30 years, so go LPSS. I am a bulldog through and through, David Thibodeau. So I took this princess thing all the way back to my school, and I used it for my campaign. So thank you for winning me president of my 8th grade and 9th grade class.
All right.
Thank you. Well, I want to just thank y'all one more time for being such a great community in Lafayette. I grew up here, and I'm so prideful to come from such a great city. And I hope to take my skills much further, and I hope to see y'all next year.
So today I will be talking about my experience. First, my name is Molly White, and I'm 9 years old currently. And today I will be talking about my experience of Juneteenth. So my experience, I had a lot of fun, to be honest, and it was a lot of fun practicing. And it didn't take me long to learn my poem, and And when I said my poem and my greetings, everybody was so nice to me. Everybody was cheering. And even backstage, everybody was like, "You got this, girl."
Let's give our last year winners a round of applause, please.
All right, so now, the moment everyone has been waiting for, we're going to announce our winners for the 2025 Southwest Louisiana Juneteenth National Scholarship Pageant. And we'll start with ages 8 to 10. If our three contestants, Zoe, Ava, and Nia, would come forward. All right, our second runner-up for ages 8 to 10 for Miss Juneteenth. And second runner-up is Zoe Alexander Briggs. Our first runner-up is Ava Clark.
All right. So what a second one. What a second one.
And Little Miss Juneteenth is Nia Johnson. Our next category will be Miss Preteen Juneteenth. Okay. All right.
Put the sash on.
All right. Once again, Little Miss Juneteenth is Nia Johnson.
Age group 11 through 14. Second runner-up is Ziana Briggs. Y'all can step up. Y'all three step up, sorry.
will be Miss Juneteenth this year.
And fourth runner goes to Jordan Hackworth. Runner-up is Precious Francis. Second runner-up. Second runner-up, Sincere August. And the first runner-up goes to Ms. Jasmine Williams. And Ms. Juneteenth SWA Pageant winner for 2025 goes to none other than Myla Shea Harris. Everyone please stand and applaud our new queen.
All right, once again, let's have a round of applause for our royalty this year for our Juneteenth pageant. Pastor Freeman, if you would come up for some closing remarks, please. And we thank you all, young ladies, for participating tonight. Thank you for attending.